Good morning. Welcome back to Sending Ravens. I spent a wonderful morning on the phone, either texting or talking to my Haida Gwaii family. That was awesome. Hi, everybody from Calgary. Let's see what the day looks like, or the next couple of days. Oh, I'm not going to read that upside down because that whole stack is upside down. Okay. Ooh. Two of Wands. Looking out at possibilities from a safe perspective. This guy's safely looking from his castle walls. So it indicates he's on a safe structure, but he's looking at, or she is looking at, how can they change their world? And Wands are creative, inspired ideas, or kind of libido energy, or taking your energy and focusing it on something. And we've got surrender. So let's keep looking here. To the past is the Four of Swords. So feeling kind of stuck in the past and kind of taking a breather or a slower sort of last couple of days or weeks. That's sort of taking a rest. There's a restfulness to that. And it is fairly well aspected. This is a little tricky, but these two cards aspect it well. And that Ace of Cups is right underneath. So I wouldn't say, because that can be an illness card. So some people out there might have just not been feeling great for the last couple of days, but things are looking up today. Or you've just literally taken a few internal days, or slacker days as I call it, or just less busy days, which is always nice, right? And now you're thinking about what to do next, right? What's the month looking like? You're kind of making plans in your mind. How are we gonna get through December, right? And then here we've got this surrender. So there's a lot happening emotionally in December, it looks like, for people out there, or who's ever's watching this video. A lot happening, okay? And Five of Wands. So Five of Wands, near future. Somebody I'm reading this for is feeling like money's a little tight. Money's a little tight, and they're in between maybe living situations that feels a little precarious, right? So their intention is to find a really nice solid place to land and, have a place that's protection and a place to be for a while. And for somebody who's listening, that's going to be a little tough, and it'll take a little creative imagination with that Five of Wands, either to set up a new place you're in, or just even find a good solid place to be for a while, right? Or even just some stability within your home atmosphere. Okay, that Ace of Cups. So very emotional, lots of emotional situations adjusting. And some things aren't going to be that pleasant, because that surrender card says some of the things that you encounter in December could be emotionally difficult. And even there's some ego struggles here. Maybe family members. We know that sort of holiday season things can get a little funny. Everybody coming together, it's not always as joyful as we want it to be. So there we've got, in particular, it looks like there's a really difficult situation with somebody's daughter, or the daughter's in a difficult situation, which can always be, hard for moms or parents, fathers, mothers, parents, friends of that person. There's a young woman who's experiencing some difficulties, and who's ever's watching, it's either that person or their parent, or someone who finds them, who loves them, right? So that's always hard. Maybe somebody needs a lot of support this holiday, somebody's daughter. Yeah, they're close to the family. Could be a niece, You know, a sibling's child, could be a friend of the family's child. Even if it's an adult daughter, it still feels like somebody's daughter needs some extra support and TLC, and could be a little rough. So, you know, taking care to check in with that person over this, you know, this next month is going to be really important. Yeah, even like a text, a phone call, an email, just to check in. Invite them, make sure they have a place to come, you know, invite them for dinner or have their family over. Yeah, checking in with people and making sure they're okay. And I get so busy, sometimes I forget to do that. And it is so important, I know. I'm pretty independent, so to be honest, I don't sit around hoping people check in with me. If they do, it's really nice, but that is not my personality. But because I'm so independent, I assume everybody else is. And that's just not the case. There's a lot of people out there that actually really rely on other people's check-ins. And I feel like somebody in particular, really try to feel in your heart who that is. Somebody over this holiday season is going to really need extra TLC and just a little check-in and maybe an invite. Even to know they're invited. You know, obviously if they're ragingly dysfunctional, no, I'm not saying invite people that are going to disrupt your whole household. But I am saying if there's somebody who just needs, you know, a couple hours of your time over the next month, you know, look around, because there's somebody out there that's kind of needing that in particular, and it seems like a young woman. New mothers at that time too, and you know, especially if they're experiencing issues with the new baby or maybe their relationship, something like that. Yeah. But there is good things too. There's good things. This 5 is just temporary setbacks and a few bumping heads with maybe family members or getting all the plans settled, right? But overall, the next couple of days, these cards are not really scary. They're just saying you're going to have to surrender to all the emotional sort of turbulence that comes along with sort of planning December, you know what I mean? If you're a Christian person in particular, because Christmas can bring up a lot of things for people in the season and any kind of holiday season, right? And of course, non-Christians as well. There's all kinds of stresses that can happen in December. It's the ending of the year and the beginning, and I know there's all kinds of other religious ritual and ceremonies that go on in December and January, and all of those kind of situations brings up family turbulence sometimes, right? All the kinds of things, you know, that we celebrate can also be turbulent times for families, because it means bringing families together, and that's not always like we want it to be pleasant and nice and happy and joyful, and there's that, but then there's all, you know, tricky things too that comes from our childhood or unresolved issues with different siblings and family members. So yeah, a tricky and complex couple of days maybe, but finding the good spots and looking forward to planning maybe how you want your next year to be. You might want to do a little journaling and writing on what is your intention and vision for the next year, and make it a mantra instead of a resolution. We'll call it a mantra. What's your next New Year mantra? I know mine is I am calling abundance on all levels and more joy to the world, and equals my own self will experience that joy as well. And just to see the beauty and not just see what's difficult, but really opening my eyes to what's beautiful here. I'm doing more of that. Like that little red candle in the mirror. Awesome. Thank you so much for watching my videos. And please like and share and subscribe if you haven't already.